Yes, good morning. I just want to pick back up where I left off on, spiritual warfare, where I was talking about this morning, the video I dropped this morning. Um, as an extroverted person, who you most likely are, you know, um, like at least maybe 75% of our, population on Earth is extroverted. So most likely you are extroverted. You listen to this video, you're either, a chosen one, or you are a follower, a lover of Yeshua, Jesus' teachings, and of Yahweh God. Um, excuse me. So as an extroverted person, and going through spiritual warfare, it is very difficult, and it's equivalent to hell on earth. To be honest, to be blatantly honest, me myself, I'm very introverted. People won't understand this because majority of the population where I'm from, it seems, are very extroverted. They feed off people's energy. The narcissistic, their reprobated minds. Excuse me. Demonic strongholds attached to the soul, or full demon possession, and most likely full demon possession. That means demons can jump in and out of them at any moment. Demons are feeding them information about you. That means they're gonna spiritually attack you. And that means the light that you carry, being, a chosen one, or a lover of Yahweh, is gonna bother them automatically. No matter what you do, good, bad, or the third. You know, it is what it is. In this spiritual warfare we go through, you have to be a warrior for Yahweh. A warrior for Christ. Keep the fire of Christ burning, strong in your soul. You have to realize that, as a lover of the light, as a lover of Yahweh, a lover of Yeshua's, Jesus' teachings, you're gonna come across many, most likely since 2020, at least 95% of the population is of dark, which means, they have demonic strongholds, or, they're fully demon possessed. It is what it is. It's just the truth. And you have to realize that, being extroverted, as a chosen one or as a lover of Christ is kind of, it'll hinder you, in certain ways, as far as association goes. You have to guard your association, very much so. It says that in the Bible, and I will leave that description in the description. I'll leave that scripture in the description below, so you can further read that and study it. You know, People, follow the social hierarchy, like I was talking about, earlier this morning. So they don't quite understand, people who seek to, do their own thing. Everyone, I've come to realize, at maybe around, I'll say maybe 22, 23. I've come to realize it. People really follow the social hierarchy, more than God. Literally. It's a blatant fact. They'll follow the social hierarchy enough to, damn their souls. Social hierarchy is nothing, and it doesn't even make any sense because all these men are jackets. A better way to say it, they're all jackets. Beta males, bisexual, or even homosexual. They're all jackets. And these women are nothing but free whores. Who seek to receive a gold, 5-star, pat on the head, accommodation, for being, free whores. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand the life that people live. I would never understand it. I would never comprehend it. The devil seeks to, use nothing but, those type of social, hierarchy type, agendas, pushed upon me. But what the devil lacks in knowledge of me, because people can't comprehend it, his followers, his agents. I'm a Sigma male. I'm introverted. I really don't have any problems, socially. I can either, be with the crowd or, do my own thing. But, 9 times out of 10, a Sigma male, an introverted person, rather do their own thing. You can Google that. It has nothing to do with the Bible or spirituality. It is just, common science. I'm just very introverted, through the grace of Yah, all thanks to Yah. To be honest, it's nothing I did myself. It's all thanks to Yahweh. And I thank him for it. Being introverted, it makes this spiritual warfare, pretty easy for me, so I can, sort of give you the guidelines, the analysis, the analytical viewpoints of the spiritual warfare that we go through, through the matrix, this demonic programming. People are on the demonic program of social hierarchy, which really doesn't make any sense. They're all lying to themselves, each other, They're living literally a life that doesn't equate to anything, of substance, excuse me. Substance too as well. It's just the truth. People rather, care. People worship Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, more than they worship God. That's the climate we live in nowadays, literally. People would rather get 1,000 likes on Facebook or Instagram than to actually go to heaven. So you have to realize the type of people that you're dealing with. Growing up, I always realized I was very much smarter than, the majority that I was around in my environment. But I just tried to, deal with it, the best way I could, and surround myself with people who I assumed, were of a higher intelligence, was introverts, sigma males usually do anyway. But I've yet to find one. People who are of equal, intelligence of mine. I've yet to find it. Going on the spiritual, walk with Yah has made it easier to, being introverted, being a sigma male. It makes everything easier, I really thank Yahweh for creating me and blessing me with the Holy Spirit, and thank Him for my physical, mother's upbringing. But I just thank Him. It is only through Him that the spiritual warfare is so easy, to me. Because I really don't really, as a sigma male, you really don't, you automatically, even without having any type of religion, just being a sigma male, you don't really care about, the social, statuses of nothing. You care more about, things. Just by default. So it just makes it easy to see through, see people's spirits. Even before I was blessed with the gift of discernment, now I literally see people's spirits, in a sense. But even before that, I understood, like, some people are just, foolish. To be honest, people live for social media more than they're gonna live for heaven. You either live for something or you die for nothing. In this world, and people seek to follow the social, demonic, satanic, yellow brick road, to get a devilish red boot, shoved up their behind, by the devil, Lucy. And that's all they seek to do. You have to realize that you have to surround yourself with people who love Yah, and Yah will do it too. But faith without works is dead. So you have to do it yourself. I can not stress this enough. I think Yah is just really just working through me. I'm just a man. I'm a flesh. Just like you, just like anybody else. But I'm Yah's vessel. I'm a vessel of His Holy Spirit, and I feel like Yah is really wanting me to stress certain things. So if I stress certain things in my videos, previous videos, and this video, it's because they're of high importance to Yah. And I not to speak for Yah, but as His vessel, I just believe so. I strongly believe so. From my analytical viewpoint, excuse me. So I just really want people who are chosen or of lovers of Jesus' teachings, Yeshua. Please, do not be so succumb to a extroverted lifestyle that you surround yourself with people who are of reprobated minds. You must pray for the gift of discernment. It is the only way that you will, fully walk this narrow path to God, to heaven, and be successful. Me, myself, personally speaking for myself, I don't have any problems. People, the devil sort of made it easier for me to walk this narrow path, because everything he throws at me is of a social, social. It's a social, demonic agendas, which I really care for, nonetheless. None whatsoever. To be honest, if you Google Sigma male and our values and our mindsets, you'll understand what I'm saying. Maybe Google that after, watching this video, you'll understand what I'm saying. I'm just very introverted, and I'm a Sigma male. I'm a Sigma male, just, to the rooter, to the tutor, pause. So, so I just don't really, I never really understood, all this social hierarchy stuff anyway, and I definitely don't, understand it now, which I realize, these men claim to be alpha, but they're of a Baphomet lifestyle, so which means they're bisexual, they're narcissistic, which means they'll, have sex with anything, even a dog, a cat, a kid, but, sex to them is nothing. It's like walking. It's like riding a bike, so having sex with men, comes to them easily. To me, I'm a natural, heterosexual male. I only view females as in a sexual way. I've always only viewed females in a sexual way my whole entire existence. On this earth, in this physical realm. So they see me as a physical manifestation of their insecurities. Along with the light. So being a Sigma male and being introverted and having the light in your soul, it's kind of like I'm a three-headed monster. To a Baphometed, demon possessed, strongholded male. So they attack me spiritually, a lot. And half the time they're trying to get a sneak peek at my behind. They'll flip flop, between both. Especially recently. So the demonic agendas that are falling against me, they're kind of crumbling. Males will seek to spiritually attack me, and then 2 minutes later they're looking at my behind, just staring me up and down. It doesn't make any sense. Males are weird. I'm just gonna keep it like that, And I feel for you dearly if you're an extroverted male, that's chosen, and you are around people, because most likely, I can only assume, I can't really, I can't really comprehend, but I can only assume that you need some sort of energy from people on the daily, on the daily. So I can only assume. But you have to realize that you yourself must surround yourself with, or separate yourself, isolation. Yah will put you in isolation as well, but isolate yourself from people that are of reprobated minds. These women, seek to live, whorish lifestyles, like the women in the Bible, like a Jezebel, Jezebel spirit. Women who and these women are very foolish. They're very foolish. To be honest, they're very low value. They do nothing but control weaker, beta, Baphometed men, who are forced to deal with, certain, low value women, because of their lifestyle, because of the sexual orientations, that they choose to divulge in. So they're forced to be with low value women. They cannot, ever get a high value woman, because a high value woman, most likely a lover of God, will not put up with them. It's just the truth. So you as, chosen, or as a lover of Jesus' teachings, or Yahweh, you're the definition of alpha. Me, myself, I'm not alpha. I'm a Sigma male. I'm very high IQ, very high IQ, very introverted, very analytical. I can play alpha, I can, just, work out things analytically. Excuse me. So I just have to stress those things, the association thing, as much as I can. Just give you a clear picture, from my standpoint and how I see it analytically, of what you must do, because me, myself, I really have no problems with those. Every time I get around people, since I've been activated spiritually, I feel out of place. Truthfully, so I don't think I don't think people understand it. They can't understand it because they're very, narcissistic. They need to be around people to feel alive. They need people's admiration, to feel alive. Energy vampires. I don't really have them problems. I'm much more so just like to be by myself. Yah will bless me with a wife and a few kids. Jesus will come like a thief in the night, but he will not come tomorrow. So, I know Yah will bless me. Yah understands that I'm 28. I'm a young male, so, I need a wife, to walk with me on the spiritual journey. So he most likely will bless me with a wife, sooner than later. So I'll wait for it. But I'm really not interested in none of these whorish women. They're all foolish. They're not really worth my sperm, to be blatantly honest. And there's just no way derogatory, sexist, view on women. It's just, they're really not. The lifestyles they live are not, in correlation with the life I'm trying to live and the life my offspring shall live. So it is what it is. So I will never be with any, pagan, God-hating, women of this modern times, ever again in life. It's just what it is. And you as an extroverted male or even woman, women are chosen as well. I'm no way sexist. Women are, sisters are definitely chosen as well. You have to, either stay single or wait for your spiritual spouse through Yah. And Yah will bless you with one if that's what you seek. Yah understands your heart and what you need. Me personally, I don't need really a group. I feel like Yah will bless more extroverted, chosen with maybe like, 2, 3, or 4, Yahweh loving, friends, associates, excuse me. Me personally, I feel like Yah would just bless me with a wife, and then, I'm pretty sure, 99.8 percent, I'll be fine, with just a wife, in the spiritual walk. I get around people and I just, I just feel out of place. I feel like I don't belong. People hate that. They feel like I'm arrogant. I'm just Sigma male. They did something they don't want to understand. I'm that 1%, of a male, in a population in the city. I'm that 1%. I'm that top 1% of males, of mindsets, and intelligence. So you want to understand. It's not for you to understand if you are a beta male, or a beta woman. A lot of these women are beta. They act the alpha. Because they have a high-ranking job, clothes and a car, but they control beta men that are bisexual. So you're destroying your temple. You're laying with, men who lay with men. You are living whores lifestyles. You're destroying your soul. You are not living, and following the biblical order. So you're destroying your soul. You're going against, Yahweh's teachings and Yahweh's order. So you are not alpha. You are beta. You're very sheep-like. And if that is if that's what women, of this modern age seek to do, God bless them. And that's fine. I just will not ever align myself with a woman like that, ever in life, ever again. I had a few, to pick from, in the past, and it was all the same. Very foolish. I feel like y'all was just making me see people's spirits, so I can go through things, go through fire, come out a diamond, which you will have to do as well. But it'll be I'm telling you. I'm really telling you, as an extroverted person, I can just see it analytically. It'll be hell on earth for you, going through the spiritual walk, and you're gonna want to give up. You're gonna want to bend, pause, forward, pause, but do not falter. Yah will bless you. Yah will make sure you have everything you need in due time. You just have to pay homage to Him. Right now, every single demonic agenda and attack that the devil throws at me literally doesn't make any sense. I literally laugh at him now. Before, I used to get offended, because I'm Sigma, and I don't like when people bother me in my space. People probably misconstrued it with me, maybe getting mad at what they're saying. But no, I just I don't really care what people say. I just don't take too kindly to anybody bothering my time and space. If you wanna gossip and be weird and energies fish and be demonic, do it on your own time. That's just how I feel. But now, at least, 7 times out of 10, I'm gonna laugh it off. Cause it's all foolishness. I'm heterosexual. I never liked men. I don't seek to be with a man. I'd rather die than be with a man. I love God. I want to get my rank higher in heaven. I'm a good person. I'm very high intelligence. I'm a Sigma male. I'm, that 1% of males, out of, all these betas. So, there's really no reason for me to, feel less of, than anybody, that is of the male gender. And that's not to be braggadocious. It's just a general fact. It is a blatant fact. People will not accept that, but I accept it and I live it, and I love it. I love, the person that Yah has blessed me to be. Truthfully, I love being me. I was around family. You're gonna be around family. They're gonna watch you if they're, under demonic strongholds or full demon possession. They're gonna watch you and learn things about you. So other people can use a spiritual attacks. You're gonna go through gang stalking, noise distractions, which I spoke about a little bit earlier, in the videos. It's just noise distractions. People drive, on your street, 50 cars at one time. It's noise distractions. It's all to scare you, scare tactics. It's all the devil can use, against you. It's fear. The devil seeks to push fear on you so you can stop serving God. All you got to do is resist the devil and he shall flee. Man shall not live on bread alone. Jesus rebuked the devil with. So it means, and to paraphrase that, it was more, scriptures from Deuteronomy, that Jesus used, but I'm going to paraphrase that one, for this, analogy. And, you cannot live on bread alone. So you must, cling to the sword, the Bible. You cling to the Bible, and really, 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 learn the word. The word is definitely gonna help you on the spiritual journey. The word is key. The word, prayer, and belief of Yah. Yah said, your faith should be as of a mustard seed. And I'm paraphrasing that as well, but your faith should be as big as a mustard seed. And if you understand, if you Google what a mustard seed looks like, and it is literally, smaller than a penny or a dime. So if God says your faith should be that small, you get to go to heaven, then I think that's doable. So if people don't understand that and they cannot do that, then I really have no empathy, for them. To be honest, if you cannot have faith, as big as a mustard seed in somebody who created you and created the person that you're scared of, then I really cannot cast my pearls to swine. And you shouldn't. You should seek to do not. You should seek to do the same thing as well. You must. Actually, you must. It's inconsequential what people think of you. It is inconsequential what people believe. What's gonna happen is inconsequential to what people believe. What should be done. Socially. This world is ending. The mark of the beast is here. A lot of people know it. That are in full demonic possession. They know it. They understand. Demonic handlers. Are physically in this world. Demons are physically in this world. You might not be able to see them, the spiritual form, but they're physically manifested in this world all over. You just have to have the gift of discernment, and you'll understand what I'm saying. I don't want to say too much, to make it seem like I'm, going too left field, people walking around with like 10 on their head, but you'll be able to see physical manifestations of demons, in your environment, just like angels. You can see when angels are around you. And when you get the gift of discernment for yourself, and if you have it already, you understand what I'm saying, and if you don't, you will. Everything's a spiritual parallel. This is the physical realm, but there's a spiritual realm, as well. And like I always say, to end my videos, cloak yourself with the armor of God, become a prayer warrior. Make sure that your faith of Yah is at least as big as a mustard seed, and never let the fire of Christ in you and you ember out, and burn out. Always keep it strong. Always keep belonging on that fire, and peace and blessings.